with the paint splatter, both you can premeditate where you're going to chuck the paint. You can't premeditate where the splatter lands. Does that add to the overall like chaos? You know what I mean? So if you
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, each painting is a surprise, even to me, right? So it's like you have like a bucket full of blue paint, and you're gonna throw it at a canvas. You wanna hit the canvas. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Sometimes half of it hits the canvas, other half hits the dog or whatever. But when you throw paint, you aim, but it never falls exactly like you want it to, right? So that's basically the image dictating how it's going to be regardless of your technique. It's like an image, it's like the image has like a will of its own, and it's going to understand what you want, but it's going to say, yeah, but I'm going to go this way. So it's a game, it's a compromise between your technique, your abilities, and whatever is going on the canvas.
I suppose in your case, it helps keep your work fresh and original every single time, because if you're like with a paint splatter, with the randomness, like I say, keeps it fresh, because then you don't fall into the cycle if you're making the same thing over and over and over again. That's something I personally found with this podcast, where admittedly, I do find the process to be very repetitive. You've got that element where you can refreshing with every single piece of your work. Would you say that helps with the creative side of your
Yeah,
work?
sure. It helps for sure. It helps. It is true what you're saying. I mean, you do deal with repetition, but I think that's a good thing. If you had to learn to do a painting every time you do a painting, I mean, you wouldn't get better, or it would be too much of a challenge. You need to do something that you trust you can do at some point. So repetition is important. Like you learn from repetition, and you get better at it, and it's still a surprise, but you always need to be in sort of a control of what you want. You need to steer the painting where you want it to be. It's not going to go 100% that way. It goes like 70%, 80%, and that's fine by me.